Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to my first of two gameplay streams for Saturday, August 3rd, 2019. I am Darkside Phil. I welcome you all to a fun, full streaming day. How are you doing? Hopefully the answer is, I'm at least okay. Hopefully you're not in a horrible situation, and you desperately need to get yourself out. Hopefully you're in a more relaxed position, and you're ready to chill and watch some fun gameplay along with me. I'll be providing the gameplay that you will be watching today. It will be a fun and digestible stream. There will be a lot of excitement. There will be a lot of rage. There will be a lot of tenseness and suspense. Perhaps there will be some brand endorsement deals. Perhaps young Philip Smell-Ya-Chair will be the face of Nike shoes moving forward. It could happen. You never know. You never know with these games, right? So anyway, welcome everyone. Let's talk, because we got some big stuff coming up in the next week or so. Some big things are happening. We got things shaking up. We got special events. We got, ongoing playthroughs, fun stuff happening, and I want to share all that with you guys. Okay, so today is Saturday. Today we're doing Madden 20, my second session ever of Madden 20. Now this is funny because a lot of people were very skeptical about me playing Madden this year. I played it last year. I played the long shot mode. A lot of people said it was cringe and it wasn't great, but it was fun to watch me play it because it was funny as hell. Okay? So I basically talked to you guys and we're like, I'm on the fence about playing Madden. I'm not buying it myself because I know this is not a game I'm going to do any kind of extended gameplay. I'm not a Madden head where I'm going to be building my ultimate team and playing online and doing all that shit. But if people wanted to see me try out whatever the narrative mode is again this year, that I would do it. Okay? So, shout out to Straight Cash Homie who gifted me the game. I tried it out yesterday. The narrative mode this year is called Face of the Franchise. Okay? It's a mode where you are able to build up your character, created character from high school into a college team, and then try to win the college nationals, and then go on and be drafted to the NFL. So all that happened yesterday, and I have to say it was actually quite entertaining and fun. I'm certainly terrible at the game, I know that. Okay, but I'm having fun playing it and learning a little bit about it and doing some fun stuff in it, and you guys really seemed to like the stream yesterday. All right, so today we're going to continue on with this Face of the Franchise mode for another 4 hours or so. I've been drafted to the Miami Dolphins, and we're just about to end the preseason. We're curious to see if I'm going to get a starter position or if they're only going to have me in there for like a quarter or two a game. We don't know yet. I guess we're going to have to find out. See how things go today, right? It'll be my very first official games in the regular season of the NFL. We'll see if I can still keep doing as well as I've been doing in the preseason. And I'm also curious to see what else is available in the game in regards to, say, like I just said, are there brand deals, right? I don't know. Are there brand deals that you can get in the game? I don't know if it has that kind of stuff in this mode or not. So we'll find out as we play further in today. We'll see how things go, and we'll see how much we like Madden, all right? Now, the truth of the matter is, if after today we play it and it gets kind of boring and people are like, man, this isn't really anything that I think should be, a mainstream game, then maybe we won't do it as a mainstream moving forward. Maybe it'll become something that hits the back burner and ends up being like a late night stream, chill stream or something like that. All right, but if today goes well and people are entertained and I have fun and, everything goes good, then maybe we'll keep it as a main game at least for a week or so. We'll see. Okay, so this will determine whether or not Madden stays as a early stream game or not. We'll see how things go today. Later tonight, my late stream will be the continuation of Judgment. This is a game that I've been playing since late June. Great game in the same vein of Yakuza, and we're nearing the end. We're actually in chapter 11 of 12 story chapters, plus there's an epilogue, and I'm being told that we're about to have humongous story developments. Basically, there's about 6 to 7 hours of story left in the game, but I've been doing side content. All right, so we'll see tonight if I focus on more side content or if I just decide to go straight to the story and keep the game moving or not, and we'll go from there. All right, so that's going to be fun. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, Sunday is the big day. Tomorrow is the day you've all been waiting for, all right? First of all, tomorrow is the premiere of my Super Mario 64 playthrough. This is a game that people have always wanted to see me play for years and years for whatever reason. I never played it. I know it never really made the top of the leaderboards when it came to voting for games for me to play. And there have been many times that there's been opportunities for polls to choose what games I play, and for whatever reason, it never really got up there in the rankings. So, for the first time ever, I'm going to be playing the game. It is your patron's choice, your viewer's choice game for the summer. All right. I'm very excited about this. I hope you guys are excited too. I'll be playing it on the Wii U, and basically it's the emulated Nintendo 64 version. I'm actually going to get the game tonight on the Wii U, and get it all set up for tomorrow. Now, in addition to it being the beginning of my Super Mario 64 playthrough, it's also a marathon special event. I'm doing it as a marathon stream where I'm starting the usual time in the morning, but I'll be streaming all day long until probably around 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. So you're talking a good 8 to 9 hours of Super Mario 64 gameplay in this stream. It's going to be a pretty entertaining stream, okay? Now, in addition to that, I am looking to do some tip raising by having a tips goal set up during the event. And you might say, well, what does that mean? Well, bottom line is, financially, I'm in a really bad situation right now, where every month, basically, very frankly, I run out of money. I can't pay all my bills. And then a lot of bills get unpaid, and or my bank account gets bounced, or both, and I end up paying tons of fees for being either late or having overdraft, and it's just not good. It's a terrible situation, all right? So, what I'm hoping to do tomorrow is raise a significant amount of funds during this stream to help with that. If I can raise a good amount of funds, that'll get me, hopefully, into a better position for this month where I'm not constantly overdrafting and having all these fees and everything, all right? Now, in celebration, if we hit the tips goal that I'm looking to raise tomorrow during tomorrow's Marathon Mario stream, I am going to do a huge positive reveal on the stream. Okay? So, if this happens, and we hit the huge positive reveal, I think you guys are going to absolutely love it. I'm not going to spoil what it is. People have been speculating all week long what this is going to be, all right? And we're going to see. We're going to see what happens if we can hit this goal, and if, the reveal happens or not. But all I will say is this. Number one, I think you guys are going to absolutely love it. And number two, it's something that could positively affect things in the future moving forward as well. Okay? Fair enough? All right, that's all I'm going to say. And you guys can continue to speculate what it is. But we'll see tomorrow how things go. I've been talking about this all week. I think people have been geared up and ready for tomorrow to help support and try to hit this tips goal so we can have this big positive reveal. And I'm serious about this too. Like, if the positive reveal happens, I seriously think this could very positively impact my streams moving forward. But let's see what happens. Okay? Let's see what happens. All right, so that's tomorrow. The Super Mario 64 Marathon with the tips goal and hopefully the positive reveal. Really excited for that. On Monday, I'm off. It's my day off of streaming for the week. All right? In particular, this Monday, it's supposed to be insanely hot here in Washington State. Like, crazy fucking hot. Sucks because I know I'm going to be going out and doing stuff with Cat, but we're going to be so goddamn hot, it's going to suck the energy out of our bodies. It's going to stink. So it is what it is, though. That's our day off. Tuesday, I will be back. And on Tuesday, I'll be back to do another day of building. And I don't know how this keeps happening, but another day we have lined up that's all building. So the first stream is going to be Dragon Quest Builders 2 continuing on. All right, another 4 hours of progress on the Isle of Cumble Dune, or whatever the hell it's called. Cumble Boobity Dune, where it's a mining island. And we're going to continue on with that plot line. It's a very chill stream, very fun. And then on Tuesday night, it's going to be my weekly Minecraft stream. Because normally my Minecraft stream would be on Sunday nights, but because we're doing the Super Mario Marathon, obviously I can't do it Sunday night. So I'm going to be doing it on Tuesday when I return from my day off, okay? And as you guys know, on the Minecraft streams, whoever the top contributor is gets something named after them. So we'll see how that goes this week. It's been pretty fun doing it, previous weeks, all right? So that's going to be Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we're going to be returning back to Madden. So we'll have another major Madden stream as long as today's stream goes well. If today's stream does not go well and people are bored of it, then maybe we won't do Madden as the main stream this week. But I'm thinking we'll play Madden again on Wednesday. And then Wednesday night, I'm probably going to do my weekly Black Ops 4 Blackout stream. All right, so that's my weekly Battle Royal stream. And then on Thursday, we'll swing back to Mario 64, where Super Mario 64 will be the main stream, 4 more hours. And then Thursday night, we'll be doing more Judgment, okay? Heading into the end game at that point, I'm suspecting. All right? So, that's the deal. That's the rough week ahead of us, everybody. I hope that it sounds good to you. We got a good variety of stuff. Now, a couple quick things. I've been talking about what I want to do here in August during more downtime that's coming up. And boy, there is some big downtime coming up if you guys aren't aware. There's really no releases for the rest of August until the end of the month. Now, there is going to be a little bit of fun stuff in the middle of the month around August 13th. It's the release of Nightwolf in Mortal Kombat 11. And I will be playing with Nightwolf for one major stream. I'll be checking out, his arcade tower and his tutorial mode. And then we'll be going into online play. And I may play with them again another 1 or 2 sessions during the course of the next couple of weeks. But that's not going to necessarily be a giant thing. It's not a full playthrough. It's just me checking out a new character. All right? Outside of that, there's nothing else going on until the very, very end of this month. All right? At the end of August, we've got Life is Strange 2 Episode 4. We've got Control from the makers of Alan Wake. And we got 2 horror games at the end of the month. And then we've got potentially another game, I think it's called Astral Chain. So there's a lot of stuff happening at the very end, the tail end of August. But we've got like at least 2 to 2.5 weeks to kind of fill before we get there. And some people have been asking, well, what's Phil going to be doing during that dead time? Well, I think what we're going to be doing is either Grand Theft Auto 4, and if I do play that, it'll be the backwards compatible version on the Xbox One, okay? Or we'll be playing the Sly Cooper Collection on PlayStation 3. Both are great suggestions, and obviously I'll be playing Sly Cooper 1 if we do that. Both are games that I played about 7 years ago, way before I even did Direct Capture. So it would be a cool opportunity to replay these games with Direct Capture with an interactive audience. I think it would be a hell of a lot more fun to go back and replay them, in particular with the Grand Theft Auto playthrough. All right, that playthrough sadly has been ruined on YouTube because GTA 4, when I played it, I had all the music on. And back then, that was allowed on YouTube. Now it's not anymore. So there's massive content IDs and banning of videos, blocking of videos, muting of videos that happened during that playthrough. And so sadly, it's pretty much ruined. That's kind of one of the reasons why I want to go back to replay the game, because I know that a lot of people liked that playthrough, and you can't really watch it in its entirety anymore, okay? So, I know there's disagreements, because some people right now in Stream Chat are saying, I think Grand Theft Auto's better. Well, I think Sly would be better. So what we're going to do is we're going to see how this week goes with all the playthroughs. We're going to see, are these all going to be ongoing playthroughs, or will Madden hit the back burner? We're going to figure all this out. And then more than likely, by the end of this coming week, I will determine whether or not we're going to start up Grand Theft Auto 4 or Sly and go from there. And one of those games will be another main gameplay stream that I'll be balancing with Mario 64 and Dragon Quest Builders and maybe Madden, depending on what happens with these games, okay? So we'll see. We'll see how this week goes, and that'll help determine what we end up doing, okay? I think it's going to be a fun August, no matter what, with all this stuff that we're going to be balancing. It should be good stuff until the end of the month when all the new releases hit, and then that's going to be overdrive. It's going to be very exciting, okay? All right. Another thing, guys, reminder that the Rageathon is happening. All right, it's happening sometime this month. What I need you to do is head over to my forums on thekingofhate.com. I need you to nominate rage-inducing games that I can play during this marathon event that's coming up. All right, that poll will be open for roughly a little bit over another week, and then I'm going to close that poll and create a, excuse me, I said poll, it's a thread. It's a forum thread. The forum thread will remain open for a little bit over another week. So you have plenty of time to head over to the forums, register if you're not, and post up your suggestions for rage-inducing games. I think I checked this morning. I think about 20 people have posted up. Okay? So I need more. The more suggestions, the better. Because the way it's working is the games that are most nominated are the games that are going to make it to the final poll that I'm going to create. So then roughly around, mid-August, you're going to be voting on the poll, and that's going to determine the games for the Rageathon, and that's going to take place in late August. So, please, post up, nominate. Now is your chance to speak out. The reason I'm about to play Super Mario 64 is because so many of you nominated and voted on games for this upcoming Viewers' Choice event. We're doing the same thing here with the Rageathon, so please consider doing it, okay? Okay, guys? Fair enough? All right. Very nice. Okay, anything else? Let me think about this now. Anything else? I don't think so. I think I sufficiently covered everything this morning. Okay. All right, guys. So, let's go ahead and move on then to the next segment of the pre-stream, which I like to call the Gratuitous Plugs. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, for 11 years I've been a content creator on the internet. I've loved every moment of it, although things have definitely changed and evolved over the years. At first I started off just doing this as a hobby. For about 2.5 years, every night I would record for about 2 to 3 hours and upload to YouTube when I still had a full-time job. Then when I unexpectedly lost that job in 2010, due to being laid off out of nowhere, I turned my YouTube hobby into a living. I became a full-time YouTuber for 6 years. But then, sadly, in 2017, YouTube fell apart at the seams as a business. They lost most of their major advertising, and it became completely unrealistic for someone like me to make a living on YouTube. Now, I didn't want to lose the dream. I said, screw that. We're going to find a way to make this work. So I became a full-time streamer here on Twitch, an interactive streamer. And boy, has things worked out, for the positive. I really think that this last year to 2 years have been my best years ever of content creation. We have fun interactive streams every day that are super, super exciting. Lots of hilarity, lots of rage, of course, for certain games, but they're just really fun and organic and interesting, and in my opinion, better than the content that I used to put out on YouTube, where it was just kind of isolated and I was ignoring my viewing audience, all right? But that being said, sadly, I had to basically readjust how I make money, because YouTube now makes me almost nothing. Even though I still upload to YouTube on a daily basis, my YouTube channel is DSPGaming. It's been running for almost 10 years. It's just an archive of my videos here on Twitch. And so the viewership there is way down, no surprise. And I barely make any money on YouTube anymore. So I really rely on the crowdfunding that I receive on the streams in order to make ends meet, pay my bills, and make a living. So if you love these daily live streams, and if you love the fact that I still archive all these streams on YouTube, so I don't abandon the old viewers who, got to know me on YouTube and made me popular, right? I still upload over there, despite the fact I have so many problems with the site. There are many ways that you can support me, all right, and allow me to continue to do what I love. You can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. I want to say thanks to those who pledged to my Patreon in July, and please check your inboxes on patreon.com for details about how to get your perks for this month. However, if you're not a current patron, if you pledge to my Patreon, you can qualify for many different perks, including, for example, the ability to have priority nominations for special events. Right now, the patrons are nominating games for this upcoming Rageathon, and those are going to get priority to get into the final poll. You can also get your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, or even get a private Q&A video made for yourself. Give it a look, patreon.com/darksidephil for all the details. Number 2, check out my Teespring store, where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise, primarily t-shirts. Anything you buy there helps me out, and you get a cool collectible. Good stuff. Give it a look. Now, if you're here live on the stream, all right, primarily this is probably the way that you want to contribute, because you can get a live shout-out during the stream for your contribution. If you either cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream, I'm going to go out of my way to try to give you some credit and give you a nice shout-out, all right? Now, a few things about the live stream contributions. The first is I want you guys to understand that even though it's heavily appreciated and contributions keep things going around here, they're not mandatory, all right? If you can contribute, amazing, and thank you. But if you can't, I'm still just happy that you guys come by and hang out with me on a daily basis and enjoy the gameplay for what it is. I love the fact that people care about me so much they want to come hang out with me and interact with me on a daily basis, all right? So thank you for that. That being said, if you can contribute, great, and thanks very much, because you're the guys who keep the stuff running, all right? Now, the other thing is, understand that this is my stream, and what I say and do on my stream is subjective. I control the stream ultimately. I control the vibe of the stream ultimately, all right? And I have to abide by Twitch's terms of service, which means I can only say and do certain things on the stream. Nothing I can do about that. In addition, I try to keep the streams chill. I want to make it so that we don't constantly have drama. We don't constantly have insults, arguments, and in general, that means that certain topics like politics and religion usually have to be kept outside of the streams because they become so argumentative. People get so angry at each other about them that I find that they're not good for my style of stream, all right? In addition, understand there is zero obligation for me to say or do anything on my streams in regards to contributions. It's an optional thing that I do to say thank you. It's not required. There's no contract between you and me. So understand that some people might be trying to contribute just to get a rise out of me. Let me insult Phil, or let me try to say something about someone outside of the stream that's going to, piss off Phil, or maybe give him misinformation. Let me try to get Phil to say something that'll get him in trouble. I got to screen all that stuff. And there's not much I can do about it, all right? Just got to be careful. All right, so understand that, and in general, the streams are very positive and fun, just know that, but there's always a couple bad apples, but just understand that I have to control the content of the stream, okay? Now, as you guys see, there's a stream stats leaderboard at the top of your screen, where the top tipper and top cheerer are called out and given credit for their contributions, which is pretty awesome. So, just keep in mind, if you're the top contributor in either of those methods today, you're going to get up on the leaderboard to get extra recognition. And there's also a cheering leaderboard that's integrated here into the Twitch chat, and that also will be running today, and I'll be giving shout-outs to the top cheerers, as well. Last but not least, everyone, if you've been paying attention to this pre-stream, please listen up. This is probably one of the most important, if not the most important part of pre-stream. FYI, if you are thinking of contributing on today's stream, you want to help me out, the best way you can do this is by tipping me, all right? Because even though all those other methods I just mentioned are great and they help me in the long term, tipping me helps me in the short term, and I need short-term help right now because I'm literally amidst the process of all my bills for the month clearing. My bank account is being very quickly emptied out. I'm very nervous that I'm going to run out of money and get into the same situation I've been in the last few months where I get overdrafted and I can't pay bills. If you tip me, those are funds I can put towards bills immediately today. And in fact, any funds I raise today, number one, are going to buy Super Mario 64 for tomorrow. And number two, are going straight to the bank account for bills. All right? So please, consider tipping me today if at all you can. It's much appreciated if you do. Thank you very much to everyone who does. There's two ways to tip me. Below the stream, there's a button that says Tips Jar. All right? That you can click on, or you can type !tip into the stream chat. Either way brings you to the PayPal tips page. On that page, there's a lot of information, so let me clarify a few things. First of all, you don't need a PayPal account to tip me. There's a button right on that page that says don't have an account. Click here to use a debit or credit card, and you can do that much like anything else on the internet, okay? You don't have to make a big elaborate registered account to tip me. That's number one. Number two, you don't have to give away your identity if you tip me. A lot of people are nervous about contributing to someone on the internet, that someone's going to harass them or whatever because, they're going to come after me if I supported a streamer, right? Well, you don't have to put your real name. You can make a name up. You could just say anonymous. There's all these things you could do to protect yourself to make sure that assholes don't come after you, all right? So, again, thank you very much for any contributions. They're not mandatory, but if you absolutely can contribute, thank you. And please tip me if you can. Tipping helps me more than anything. All right, now we're going to get the shout-outs to those who contributed either overnight or during today's stream. Not very much to do today. It's going to be a quick one, it looks like. So overnight we had your boy Thump, who resubscribed to the channel for 23 months. Thank you very much to your boy Thump for that overnight resub. That is much appreciated. Okay, in addition to that, on stream today, Rob got the tipping going with a $5 tip, and he says, shout out to Golden Colts. I feel your pain today, mate. Well, I don't know what he's referencing. Does anyone know what he's referencing? What pain in particular he's referencing? Because I don't know. I saw Golden Colts here on the stream, but I don't exactly know what he's talking about. But let me go ahead and get Rob up because he got stuff started. He's a top tipper of the day, right? Oops. Thank you very much, Rob, for getting that started. It is much appreciated. Okay. But I don't know what he's talking about. Golden Colt says you said you were depressed. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. Hopefully the stream will cheer you up if it can, right? Okay. Let us now move on, and what I'd like to do is give a shout out to the top cheerers of the week. Okay? Top cheerers of the week. Top 10 cheering contributors. Starting at number 10, which is Slie. Thank you, Slie. In 9th place, we've got DJ Runo1. Thank you, DJ Runo. In 8th place, Rumpelstiltskins. In 7th place, Infinite 55. In 6th place, Magnus Flamebeard. In 5th place, Vote Democrat. 4th place goes to RFHC5. 3rd place goes to Nihilistic Goldfish. 2nd place, Chipe. And then in 1st place, one of the Baby Man Gamings. You might be saying, what the hell does that mean? Well, for some reason, a bunch of people changed their name or created new accounts this week, all saying Baby Man Gaming with different numbers after it. So quite frankly, I'm pretty confused. And I basically have no idea who's who. I just can't. I don't know who the hell is who. So I don't know how to make the distinction between them all. So I apologize. Whoever this top Baby Man Gaming cheerer is, thank you for the support. I don't even know if you're the original Baby Man Gaming or you're another Baby Man Gaming or if you're, who knows. But thank you for the support regardless. Very confusing. Let's see here. Liquid's first cheered and said, what's with the Valley Girl talk? You make statements in the form of questions a lot. Do you realize that? No, and in reality, it's only this last week that people have been saying that on my streams. Mostly because it's obviously a detractor. I mean, that some fucking, moron said to make all his followers parrot it this week. I have no idea what exactly it really is entailing or means, but, go ahead and keep repeating what your superiors tell you. These really big ego people who you follow, brainless sheep, and just saying the same shit over and over. I really don't know what it means at all, and I really don't care. So many people say so much stupid shit about me over the years that I just don't give a fuck. They say my laugh sounds like ack, which it doesn't sound like that at all. It's just stupid shit that people say. Ace also did a 50-bit cheer and said, Phil, it's been a while. Hope all is going well. I'll put about 50 hours into Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. It's my game of the year. You may not like it as a game of the year contender, but that's the thing. Everyone has a different taste in gaming. Listen, Ace, now first of all, I'm going to put Ace up on the leaderboard because he's not an asshole. And he deserves recognition while the other guy is an asshole. Okay? So thank you, Ace, for the cheer. Now, in regards to Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, I said this during my playthrough. I said, it's pretty much the same as Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. It's a game where, yeah, it's only about 8 to 10 hours long. True enough. But if you go back and you replay it with other characters, it has big replayability, especially a lot of the characters you didn't get to really play with their full move sets because they were the starter characters. So you don't even know in late game what are the other 2-3 moves they get. You wouldn't even know because they didn't have them at the beginning of the game. In addition, I believe there's 2 or 3 characters that are only unlockable by doing those challenge missions against bosses. And I couldn't even do those in my original playthrough because the game was glitched, where if you played them, it caused you to leave your party because you got locked into doing the boss fight infinitely. I don't know if they patched the game and fixed that yet, but the game I could definitely see having some good replayability, alright? I will be honest, I think the game has less replayability than the previous games, only because the previous ones were out multi-platform, and they allowed you to have achievements and trophies, and a lot of the times when I remember I got marbles in my mouth today. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1, I replayed a lot, because not only did I want to get every character unlocked, okay, which was tough in that game, you had to do a lot to unlock all the characters, but I wanted to do all the achievements back on the Xbox 360. So I replayed the game a lot. It was like kill a ridiculous amount of enemies, throw a certain amount of enemies off a ledge, blah, blah, blah. All these things you had to do to get all these achievements. So I worked my butt off to try to get them all. I didn't get them all, I don't think. I think I missed 1 or 2, but I got damn close, and it was fun doing that. It was actually quite relaxing, because at night I would come home from work, and I would play the game, and you play it 2-3 hours while having a drink to relax and unwind at night. And it was quite a lot of fun. I even had 1 or 2 friends from the Street Fighter community back then who I would co-op with over the internet, and we would do the stuff together to try to get all the achievements. So it was a ton of fun. I really did enjoy the original game. Now, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, I don't feel was as good as 1, alright, because I feel that the plot was kind of weak, and so the characters weren't as good. I don't think there was as much replayability, but it was still a solid game. You know, I only did one playthrough of that one as a co-op game with my friends at the time for YouTube. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, like I said, it's in the same vein as the other two games, but the fact that, number one, there's no achievements, because it's a Nintendo exclusive game, and number two, the fact that the game does run poorly on the Switch, kind of deters me from really wanting to play it anymore. Now, in your case, Ace, I guess it didn't really bother you. So you replayed a ton, and you said your game of the year. Look, first of all, if you're a huge fan of Marvel, probably would be one of your favorite games of the year, because it has a lot of fan service. You know, some of the lines and quips and mannerisms and things they've got in the game for the characters are excellent. You know, the versions of the characters are like fan favorites. It's not using the MCU versions in a lot of the cases. Instead, it's using the Marvel Comics version. Like I said, the X-Men are like the 90s X-Men, which is pretty damn cool. That was like their height of popularity, right? And so, I could definitely see why someone would absolutely love this game. For me, absolutely not. There's no way it's going to be a Game of the Year contender for me. The game has too many technical issues, and certainly is far too short, you know, in the modern era. You know, you're talking 10 years ago, a $60 release being 8 hours long was kind of acceptable. If you really think about it, 10 years ago, how many games that you really bought realistically were 20, 30 hours long? Probably only like RPGs. You know, most action-based games. There were a lot of action-based games that used to come out that were quite short, but people would still pay full price and love them and replay them and yada, yada, yada. In the modern era, things have changed in the last 10 years with all the competition and everything between game development studios, and now it's like every game studio needs to have a game that's 20 to 30 hours long. Whether that means it's quality content or not for 20 to 30 hours is another thing up for debate. And a lot of these games just have a lot of grindy style garbage side content and repetitive combat that's not very fun, and they claim, oh, it adds hours onto the game, right? But for me, I'm looking for a game that's bang for your buck, and sadly, I hate to say, I don't think that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 has enough content. For me, I would want a game that has more than that. If they had extended the story maybe another 4 hours, I would have liked it more. Like if it had 12 stages instead of 8 or whatever, I think it would have been a lot better. And I don't know if that's just because of budget constraints or whatever, but for me, it wasn't enough value, and the technical issues really held it back for me. Not to say it's a bad game. It's definitely one of the best co-op games of the year if you're a Marvel fan in particular, but no way can I say this is a Game of the Year contender for me, you know. I'm not going to say it's a disappointing. It didn't disappoint me. In fact, it was kind of on par with what I was expecting from a Marvel Ultimate Alliance game, but it definitely felt to me like it was a 10-year outdated game. You know what I mean? All right. Anonymmonk tipped me $8. He becomes the top tipper of the day with that. He says, I jump in and out of streams a lot, but I'm finally able to tip you. I'm a proud fan of 8+ years. Wow, thank you, Anonymmonk, first of all, for your long-time viewership and, you know, being a fan. But also, thank you for the tip. You're the biggest tipper of the day. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. $8 tip. There we go. Oops. So now up to $13. Thank you very much, everyone, so far. Wait a minute. Yeah, 13. 8 plus 5. I thought it was 8 plus 6. No, it's 8 plus 5. Okay. I'm going to brain fart. All right, continuing on. Babyman Gaming 321 did a 100-bit cheer. That becomes the top cheer of the day. And he says, I am Westside Rascal. You are Westside Rascal. Okay, but who's the top cheerer? Is it you? Or is it a different Babyman? You're 321. I mean, Westside Rascal, can I be very honest with you? Do you see the problem with taking someone else's name? Like... It's very hard for me to give credit where credit is due because I don't know who's who. Like right now, I'm looking at my cheering leaderboard and it actually cuts your name off. Also, is like Baby Man and then it cuts off. I can't even see the numbers, so I don't know if that's you at the top of the leaderboard or not. You see why this is a problem and why you should not take other people's names because it's stupid. I strongly recommend you never do that again because not only do people not know who the hell you are, but it even screws things up for like just recognition purposes, okay? So... don't do that again, please. And when you get an opportunity, please change your name back or change it to something else so we know who you are. But thank you very much. Okay, for the contribution. You're the top cheer of the day with 100 bits. And thank you for the cheer right now. And thank you if you are the top cheer of the week. I don't know if you are. Okay, Massive Steak has resubscribed to the channel for 2 months. Thank you very much, Massive Steak. You know what I should do? Let me check sub count. We started at 554. And we're all the way down to 2 subs. Damn it. No, actually, we're at 555, so we actually went up a sub. That's cool. Thank you, everybody, for that. Appreciate that. Let's continue on. Ace cheered 84 bits, and he says, yes, the Infinity Trials are awesome. Leveling up to 100 for each character is somewhat addicting. There are 2 difficulty settings above the normal setting that give you more trials and better ISO stones. Nonetheless, I understand why you don't like it that much. Well, there you go. Thank you, Ace, for being a mature and intelligent human and not telling me that because I disagree with you, that obviously I'm incorrect and I'm an idiot and my opinion is stupid. You know, I respect your opinion. I understand why you would love the game. You know, that's kind of, this is the difference between old Phil from when I started on YouTube 11 years ago and, you know, modern Phil is I'm way more mature, way more wise now than I used to be. And I understand people have different tastes. People have different likes. Some people will absolutely love things that I don't like. Some people will think things that are the best ever when I just think that they're just okay. And that's kind of the case here with Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I thought it was good but not great. You think it's the best game of the year? That's fine. You know? Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Different strokes for different folks, because they say variety is the spice of life, and if we all like the same shit, then life would be pretty boring, right? Like, for example, the 5 billion kids who like Fortnite and I don't. I guess that's okay that kids, you know, little kids like something I don't. I guess that kind of makes sense, right? Because I'm 37 years old. Not every gamer needs to like the same thing. And it's perfectly fine that someone likes something you don't. You know, again, 10 years ago, I would have said, wow, anyone who likes Fortnite is a dumb shit. I'm not going to say that anymore because it's not true. People can like it, and that's okay. Look at that. Some growth and maturity out of me. What a rarity. You caught it here live on stream. Clip that shit. Hickney just cheered and said, I got my blood done yesterday. Nervous about my results. I've been neglectful in healthy eating. Well, you know what they say. You are what you eat. Right? So it is what it is. You know, get your results. Find out what they are. If they're bad, they're bad. And make the appropriate adjustments to improve for the future. That's the only thing you could do. Right? You can't change what the results are going to be. So, no reason to be nervous about them. They come back negative. Okay, I screwed up. Time to do better. Right? That's the approach you should take. That's a very positive and good way to approach it versus being terrified that it's going to be something bad. You know what I mean? That's my suggestion anyway. So, okay. Continuing on, Scupula has resubbed for 7 months. Thank you, Scupula, for 7 months of ongoing support. Is much appreciated. Babyman Gaming cheered again. He says, yes, I am the top cheerer, and yes, you're right. I didn't know that after I changed it, I couldn't change it back right away. I have to wait 2 months. Yeah, it's a 2-month wait, and sometimes I see people change their names to some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen on here, like Turd Burglar, or like, you know, something that's a meme, right? Was it last year? At one point, it was either last year or the year before, everyone changed their name to be a dinosaur name. Like it was, you know, something Rex, King Saurus, and I was like, why did you all do that? You realize you're stuck with that for like a long time, right? Like, you realize that you might think it's funny tonight, and then in a week when you realize it was a dead joke, now you're stuck with that for like 2 months. That's not a smart move. That's not a good look. So, anyway, I guess you live and you learn. Yeah, I guess you're stuck with that name now, but hopefully you'll change it as soon as you can. All right. All right, continuing on. Insomniatic Meat has resubscribed to the channel for 31 months. Thank you very much. 31 months of support. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you, and thank you. Continuing on. Super Blind Man, what's going on, man? He has resubbed for 32 months in a row and 50 total months. 50 total months of support. I mean, if you do the math, that's over 4 years, right? So that would have been going back to 2015, right? Let me think about this. I started streaming on Twitch early 2013. That's when I adopted direct capture, and I started streaming with John Rambo that week, I remember. I did that arcade craft game. I still remember that. And back then, could you even subscribe? Like, I'm trying to remember because Twitch has changed so much over the years. Back then, there was no cheering. There was no cheering with bits whatsoever. You know, it was a very different place. So, let me think, 4 years of support, that means that he probably subbed. Because I quit, man, this is, you know what it is? I think that Super Blind Man subbed as soon as you could back then. But if you guys remember, I quit Twitch and went over to YouTube gaming streaming for about 2 years. I started YouTube gaming streaming in the fall of 2014, and I stayed there till the fall of 2016, and then I came back. So if you do the math, that was about 1.5 years on Twitch, and then since then, excuse me, I've streamed for just under 3 years on Twitch. So in reality, if you actually figure this out, I think Super Blind Man may have actually been subscribed every possible month he could have been subscribed here on Twitch. Holy shit, that's awesome. Thank you so much for that support, dude. Like, you're basically the biggest supporter of my streaming ever. So thank you very much for that. That's much appreciated. And, you know, thanks. Good luck with your streams. I don't know if you're streaming today. Good luck with your endeavors as a streamer. Hopefully my hosting has helped you out here on the channel and exposed you to a different audience. We all need that exposure, and hopefully it's good exposure, not bad exposure. None of us need bad exposure. I know about that personally. You don't want the wrong kind of exposure. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Bottle crunch in 3, 2, 1. Super Blind Man says, ironically, I couldn't have seen the incident, you know, being blind and all. It's very true. And the truth of the matter is, you wouldn't have seen much, because the truth is, it's such an over-exaggerated, stupid fucking thing. It really is at this point. You couldn't see anything. It was just me making funny faces. There was no audio. It was me on a tiny webcam in the corner of the screen making funny faces. That's all it was. That's literally all it was. There was no audio. You couldn't see anything. It was just my head making funny faces. Yet people make it out to be like the biggest, most embarrassing, horrible thing ever. In reality, nothing happened. If it truly were bad, right, I would have been banned, and that would have been the end of everything, right? Like, that would have literally been the end. I wouldn't have been able to stream nowhere. Thank God it wasn't like that, you know? But these idiots just want to make shit up about what it really was, you know, and completely over-exaggerate, and basically, it's defamatory stuff that they say, to make me sound way worse than what it was. But, hey, that was over 3 years ago, dude. The past is the past, as they say. Moving on, Gritty Urban Saga has resubbed for 3 months. He says, been a viewer since Splatterhouse. Keep going. Holy crap. Splatterhouse. Now, that was a long time ago. Damn. Honestly, I don't even remember, you know, what year that was, and if I was even monetizing videos at that point. I mean, holy shit. Splatterhouse. That was a long... Alright. Alright, well, good stuff. Alright, guys, it looks like the contributions are slowing down, which basically means it's going to be time in just a moment to actually start up with gameplay. So what I would like to say to all of you is... that's exactly what I wanted to say. Okay, that literally came out of me at the wrong moment. I had no idea that was even coming. And it just erupted. Holy shit, that was... Sorry about that, guys. Okay, then. Oops. Okay, excuse me. Please excuse me for that revolting outburst. Let's try that again. What I was going to say... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Lolzy Savant just resubscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, Lolzy Savant, for resubbing for 2 months in a row. That is much appreciated, Lolzy Savant. Thank you for the support. Wait a minute. Super Blind Man actually just cheered. 100 bits. Hold on a second. It would be nice if it would unfreeze so I could read his message. My laptop is frozen. That's not good. Hold on. Okay. He says, I had a fabulous time with a viewer or two of yours last night. I asked why I was following in your footsteps playing Madden. In answer, I proceeded to explain and demonstrate all the blind accessibility features that I was specifically streaming in Madden in order to show. Wow. That's cool. Yeah, actually, Super Blind Man's been playing Madden longer than me. He played it for a week. I believe he either got it from a friend or he's been playing it under the EA Access program, where you could play all these games a week early if you pay extra for their subscription program, right? So he's been playing it longer than me, and I knew that there were accessibility options. I'm not sure what they are, but it's good to hear that they actually have them and that the game is actually playable for him. That's pretty neat, man. Pretty cool. So, again, I wish you the best, sir. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everything. And, hopefully your streams continue to do well as well. I don't know how long you'll be playing Madden. Like I said, for me, it's kind of iffy. It depends on how long people like it. So, I'll keep playing as long as people keep telling me they like the gameplay. But, yesterday was the first stream. I guess I'll see today how things go. And we'll go from there. So, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like that's going to be it for today's stream. We're ending the stream now. Have a good night. See you later. Okay, I'm just kidding. That's going to be it for the pre-stream. Let's end the pre-stream. All right? And let's switch over to Madden 20. Continuing on with the face of the franchise mode. Let's see how Phil Smelichier does. Let's see if we can bring the Dolphins to the Super Bowl. Probably not. But we're going to see how things go, and we're going to see how I do in the game today and go from there. All right? All right, guys, thanks very much. Let's end the pre-stream and let's get started. Here we go.